Hi, my name's Ilma and welcome to my channel. I've been posting Christian blogs 12 straight years every day. Today I'd like to share Exodus 5 verses 19 to 23. Here's the word of God. The foremen of the people of Israel saw that they were in trouble when they said, "You shall by no means reduce your number of bricks, your daily task each day." They met Moses and Aaron, who were waiting for them as they came out from Pharaoh, and they said to them, "The Lord look on you and judge, because you have made us stink in the sight of Pharaoh and his servants, and have put a sword in their hand to kill us." Then Moses turned to the Lord and said, "O Lord, why have you done evil to this people? Why did you ever send me? For since I came to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has done evil to his people, and you have not delivered your people at all." Exodus 5:19 to 23. And here's the poem I wrote inspired by those verses. Blames, groans, and impatience. When Pharaoh ordered to take the straw away and give them more work, the Israelites met with Aaron and Moses and blamed them for asking Pharaoh. If they didn't ask the king to let them go, they would have had the same burdens. So Moses came to God and groaned and showed his impatience at their predicament. And here's my commentary. We hear a lot of groaning, blaming, and impatience in this account. The Israelites blamed Moses for asking Pharaoh to let them go to worship the Lord in the mountains. If he had not done so, the straws would have been supplied and they could have continued to work with the loads of tasks given to them already. They felt they were punished for something they didn't deserve to get any more than the burdens they already have. Removing the straw supplies, which they now have to supply themselves and produce the same amounts of bricks they were making, was more abuse and cruelty. It is human nature to find someone or something to blame for situations that make us suffer. We are by nature selfish, and we are prone to make things comfortable for ourselves. Naturally, when we are challenged with more adversities, we try to make sense of it. We want to be in control of the situation so that we can say to ourselves that we are okay and we did well. Instead of groaning or being impatient, couldn't we run to the throne of God instead and wait for his wisdom and ask for endurance? Reflection. What instigated Moses to accuse God of doing evil to the Israelites in verse 23? When I read this verse, this whole paragraph about the blames, the groans, and the impatience, it just reminds me of how sinful our nature is. Moses' pride was rising up. I think that was the root, or that's what instigated him to go to the Lord and say to God all these things. When he was asked to do the task of delivering the people, remember how he constantly argued with God that he can't do it. And God was constantly patient and faithful to him to provide everything that he could not do. At first he complained that he can't do that because he cannot speak. So God fixed that and gave Aaron for him to be the speaker because he was complaining that he can't speak well. So there is always something that he would want to justify not doing what God is asking him to do, because he feels that he's not worthy of that. He feels that he's not going to be believed at. So there is pride in behind this statement, because how could you even ask God, who knows everything, something you don't know nothing about? And we do this all the time. We try to ask God, why did you allow this situation to happen? Why have you put me in this situation? Why now I want to save myself and look good, and I don't look good, and now they're blaming me. So this is a very common occurrence in our society even today. We try to blame shift instead of looking into our hearts. What are we doing? Why are we angry and impatient that God hasn't fixed our situation? So it's important for us to learn from these verses that God allows things to happen. And it's interesting because God already prepared Moses when he said that I will harden the heart of the Pharaoh. So he already have an idea that that is going to happen, that he will punish the people. He's a control freak. He's a narcissist. So he will be more a narcissist when these things happen, because that's what God told him, that I will harden his heart, and up to a time that he gives in, I will take his firstborn son. So Moses forgot that, because now it became about him. It became about, oh, now you didn't want me to do this. Now I'm doing it for you. Now you're not delivering what you're supposed to do so that I could look good to the people. So there's pride. It's definitely pride that made him ask God that question, why did you ever send me? It's like blaming God for choosing him, instead of thanking God for choosing him, instead of seeing that he is just a vessel, that he is not the deliverer, God is. So let us not make the same mistake when things are happening in our life that makes us question our worthiness, because we don't have to prove anything to God. He just wants us to go to him so that he can fix the problem. He doesn't want us to blame him. He doesn't want us to question what he's doing, because we are finite beings and he is infinite. So we can never understand how God works, or what his plans are, because we don't see what he sees. So I encourage you to look in your heart, because we go through a lot of this almost every day. We have this selfishness, this pride, that every time we can't take control of something, or every time we feel helpless about something, we try to control things more, or we try to blame something or God or someone, that this is not looking good the way we see it. But sometimes God allows things to look bad first before he fixes it, because he's probably teaching us a lesson. He's probably making us see that what is really going on is not what's really going on, but there's something deeper that is the root of our impatience, of groans and blames. Thanks for watching. I hope you check my website at ilmaarts.com for artworks, photographs, and a copy of this blog. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube so I could make more videos and give you the Word of God. If you haven't already, check over 3,000 videos I've done this year that I've been doing this daily. And just type on Google or YouTube search Ilma's Poem Devotional. Have a wonderful day.